EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martin here with your outlook for September 21st, 2021. Normally the Tuesday videos are sponsored by the Writing Fight and Fills. Their season is now over, so we have an immediate opening on Tuesdays for the sponsorships of the daily forecast video. We have Tuesday open. We now have Monday no longer open. We have an agreement made yesterday with a business that's going to be starting the sponsorships on Mondays beginning in October. And we also have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday filled. So Tuesday is the only opening we have. If you want more information on how you can sponsor the daily forecast video, send us an email to info@epawaweather.com. That's info@epawaweather.com. So we have a lot to talk about in this video. This is going to be centered around the late week period, or what we think is going to be the late week period for this rain to come in here with this frontal boundary. Today, we're not going to have any precipitation issues, though, just a lot of clouds. So we'll have more clouds than sun, not complete overcast. You might start off with some patchy fog this morning where it will be overcast at times, but more clouds than sun throughout the day, just maybe a few peaks here and there, some brightening of the skies at times. And that's because we have this high pressure here in the Gulf of Maine, pretty strong high with creating an onshore flow. So wind flow will be out of the east or east-southeast, and that's going to lead to more clouds and sun today. Okay, not anything in the way of precipitation. Until we get in the overnight, a few areas might get some patchy fog or drizzle in a few spots, but other than that, looks like it's going to be clear sailing here, just overcast overnight. Once we get to Wednesday, that's going to change a little bit. Purposely using the European model here, and I'll explain why in a second. There's going to be an area low pressure that's going to establish itself right here over the eastern Ohio Valley or western Pennsylvania, kind of right in this area right here. There's your area low pressure. This area low pressure is going to cut off at some point. The question is it going to cut off further west and south over, say, southern Michigan, or is it going to be further north over like Lake Superior or the UP of Michigan, like the GFS says? The difference of where that cuts off is going to make a big difference in the timing of this whole thing. So I purposely waited to do the video very late this evening, and actually just a little bit past midnight, okay? And the reason I did that is this is the latest runs of every single model we have, including the new GFS run that came in this evening. I was hoping the GFS would come around and change its tune, because it's the only model that is that fast, and I mean very fast, with this frontal passage in terms of timing, almost 24 hours too fast compared to much of the other guidance, which is much slower. So that makes a difference of whether or not we're going to get rain Wednesday night and a Thursday morning, like the GFS suggests, and then we're done. In the afternoon, you have that moving away. Or if you have rain, just a few showers during the day on Thursday, and then later in the day, have some steady periods of rain, perhaps some heavy rain too, going into the overnight and then wrapping up Friday morning. Well, that's a heck of a difference in timing. And we're only talking about what the GFS thinks is 48 hours from the start time here. So this is getting a little ridiculous that they're this far apart. So here's Wednesday. You have a few scattered showers possible, rotating through the area. Not real heavy. This is just light stuff. And this is going to be throughout the course of the day on Wednesday, and favoring our central PA or western counties within our coverage area. And you can see that on the NAM here. This is looking at 10 o'clock in the morning. Has some showers out here in the central PA region, generally moving south and north, and it's just favoring our western counties here. See that, where the rain is good? It's just throughout the entire day. Not to say you can't get something further east, but be more stray. I think the more concentration is going to be out here in central PA or our western zones during the day here on Wednesday, and that continues into Wednesday night. I'm going to take this all the way to the end here on purpose and go right to Thursday morning, because I just want to show you. At this point, the frontal boundary is situated like this. Okay, it's almost a meridional boundary, meaning like a north-south parallel to the meridian. Okay, so this is a north-south boundary here, and this is where it's located. It's over the western half of Pennsylvania, east of Pittsburgh, but kind of sitting over Johnstown and heading up to just the eastern portions of Lake Erie. Okay, so that's your axis, if you will, of where the rain is occurring along the frontal boundary. Take it over to the European model now. Here's a look at that same time frame. This is looking at Thursday morning. Look where it is. Now, don't worry about the amounts here. This is the previous total over the last 6 hours it's trying to show here. So, but it's showing where the axis is, the same area. Okay, it's basically aligned with the same idea as the 3 kilometer NAM. and the Canadian model, and several others, okay? Then we look at the GFS for that same period, the morning of Thursday morning at 8 o'clock. That's what this is. Here's where the GFS has it. Way east, over eastern Pennsylvania. And the difference is, instead of this cutting off over, the northwestern part of Ohio or southern Michigan, it's cutting it off up here over the UP of Michigan. Okay, so that's going to have an impact on where this frontal boundary is that is associated with this eventually cutoff low, okay? What will become a cutoff low. So because of that, that's causing some serious timing differences. So that's where it is on Thursday morning on the GFS, European model NAM, Western Pennsylvania, okay? So that's creating a huge difference because it's going to very slowly move through the region, okay? Very slowly migrating eastward. And this is looking at late Thursday. You get some heavier rain coming in the late afternoon and evening and part of the overnight. And once you get to Friday morning, this is starting to pull away. This is looking at Friday morning. Far eastern Pennsylvania is just about wrapping up at that point. And then we will have clouds giving way to sun once that boundary finally clears. It's going to take its time, but it will finally clear. So the European model has that. GFS, on the other hand, says, well, no, this is going to be Thursday afternoon. We're going to have this, and there's nothing on Friday at all except mostly sunny skies. So herein lies the problem with this timing. Where are we leaning? We're leaning toward the European model solution because it has some backup with it. Okay, the GFS is kind of on its own. Has some, I wouldn't even say secondary models, but some tertiary models that are along board with it. But there's really not a lot of support for the GFS being that fast with it. Can it be right? Yes, it can. It has happened before. Where one model says one thing and it ended up being the correct solution. In this case, GFS has a progressive bias, so it's hard to lean on the GFS in this situation, especially when it's trying to handle a cutoff low and where exactly it cuts off. It doesn't really do too well with those typically. So we're leaning 70-30 toward the slower solution, which would mean showers on the day, Thursday, picking up as periods of rain in the afternoon and evening part of the overnight, and then tapering to showers early Friday morning before coming to a close. Okay, that's where best timing is right now. Could that shift a little bit in the next 24 hours? It can, but I'm hoping we get some kind of agreement. I was hoping by yesterday we would have had some kind of agreement. We didn't, and we don't have it again yet today. These are the latest runs I'm showing you. This is the 0Z run of the GFS. So this is the most recent run I have available at this time. Now, one thing that is consistent between the two is rainfall amounts. So there will be a general 1 to 1.5 inches of rain out of this, according to the European model, with some isolated higher amounts to 2, maybe even 2.25 thrown in here. And the GFS is doing the same thing. Generally the same areas, inch to an inch and a half of rain, with some lollipops here, higher amounts up to about 2 inches or maybe 2.25 there, about maybe even a 2.5 it shows up here over Lycoming. You know, that could happen, all right? But that's your upside, all right? And it's very consistently showing these. There's not much difference between this and this. The only difference is it show what it's doing in western Pennsylvania, and I really don't care about that because I don't deal with that area, okay? So this is, for our area, it's pretty consistent, inch to an inch and a half for most. Some areas get isolated higher amounts under that heavier banding, and that could get you to 2 inches or maybe slightly more than that, all right? So that's your deal with that system. Still not completely sold on timing here. Just look at the Wednesday through Friday time period as not a very good stretch, okay? Once we get beyond this, though, I think we'll have much improved conditions. The newest European model did speed this up a little bit, by the way. It had it lingering into Friday afternoon. It's now saying early Friday morning. So they're kind of converging with one another. With, GFS might be too fast, European too slow, and they're kind of meeting in the middle. Hopefully that's the case. We'll see tomorrow. But right now it looks like either way you toss the dice here, it's going to be a nice weekend. Mostly sunny skies here, both Saturday, Sunday, and it looks like again here on Monday with mostly sunny skies maintaining. Temperatures are going to be on the opposite side of that front. We're going to have a trough come in, and temperatures are going to be delightful. Delightful. We're going to have temperatures are right around 70, 72-ish in that Saturday, actually starting Friday, and then going all the way through the end of the 7-day forecast period. And looking ahead beyond that, I do the long range for the company as well. I'm looking at a slightly below average stretch that's going to continue straight through the end of the month, and probably most, if not all, of the first week of October. Okay, slightly below average. Okay, nothing crazy. We're not talking about 50s or snow or any of that nonsense. But we will have some temperatures in the overnight. This is looking at Sunday night overnight with some temperatures in the 40s for lows, northwest of this line right here. Okay, up here, You got temperatures in the 40s for overnight lows, so it's going to be crisper at night and some crisp mornings, I should say, when you're getting the kids to the bus stop here on Monday morning, and of course over the weekend it will be like that as well. So some nice, refreshing, open the windows and doors type weather, mostly sunny skies. Once we get past this mess by Friday at the latest. And it's just going to depend on, exact timing of that frontal boundary, when the heaviest is going to be. Hopefully we'll be able to narrow that down in the next 24 hours. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchis. That is your outlook for September 21st, 2021. Have a great Tuesday.